Northwest Racing, let the good times roll. These race cars got rebellious souls. So crank it up loud, hear the engine scream. And LSRTV is bringing you the stream. Yeah, Northwest Racing reigns supreme. 3 wide in the corner, engines revving high. A southern tradition, beneath the northwest sky. Checkered flags are waving, hearts beat like a drum. Sasquatch roars for every single roar. Feel the tires burn, hear the crowd ignite. iRacing's finest, day or night. From the Rockies to the coastal line, LSRTV's where the legends shine. Oh, Northwest Racing, let the good times roll. These race drivers got rebellious souls. Crank it up loud, hear the engine scream. And LSRTV is bringing you the stream. Northwest Racing reigns supreme. Guitars are slinging, tracks taking a groove. Northwest boys got nothing to prove. Grabbing gears and rubbing doors. Northwest racers always bringing more. Oh, Northwest Racing, let the good times roll. These race covers got rebellious souls. Crank it up loud, hear the engine scream. And LSRTV is bringing you the stream. Northwest Racing reigns supreme. Watch Northwest Racing with Charles, Wesley, and Jeremy on LSRTV. And maybe Bigfoot too.
Hi, welcome to Day Motorsports. Come on, check out what we got.
Thank you for keeping Day Motorsports in business for over 50 years.
You've probably seen us all over the racing world and doing a lot of racing designs for events and race teams, but we also do a lot of stuff from small boutiques in small cities all the way up to Fortune 500 companies. Your brand deserves to be seen. We print on more than just shirts, hats, jackets, bags, and much, much more. Custom corporate branding starts here.
Hey, it's Wesley Outland, the voice of the Northwest Racing iRacing series on LSRTV, and proudly again on the Community Radio Network. As always, we're excited for another season of the best iRacing Pacific drivers of the Northwest, putting on a show that you all enjoy every Monday night. Join us also on LSRTV or listen on the Community Radio Network at wearecrn.com. The power of radio to the imagination of the listener, iRacing style. CRN LSRTV for the Northwest Racing Series.
Well, here we are, folks. We have arrived at the legendary Boot Hill Speedway. $30,000 hangs in the balance this weekend.
The
most I've ever raced for is $1,000, and this is 29,000 more than that.
Typically, one of these races pays $750 to $1,000 a win weekly. This race pays $1,000 just to start the event.
I don't even know how to put it in words, really. We've never raced for this much money.
It's the biggest factory stock race of the year.
We were leading the points back at home, and we walked away from that just to come out here and race for stuff like this.
They'd have the saying, if you want to race, the hill's the place, and there's a reason for that.
They can get all the way up on the fence or right around on the tires.
The competition it's insane. There's some really, really fast people there.
I looked it over last night. I think there's 16 different reigning track champions.
You're not gonna find anything better than what you're gonna find in the A feature here.
So you can kind of drive in really hard and just kind of roll up against the concrete wall and just kind of get a good run off.
This is my dream, to go off racing, go on tours. So just being here and trying to get my name out there means a lot.
I just love racing. I mean, if you love it, go chase your dream and just don't give up, because anything can happen.
Well, what's up, everybody? We welcome you to coverage of the Northwest Racing Series. The ARCA cars are on the headline tonight. Is LSRTV, your home for sim racing, and the Community Radio Network. If you're listening on the radio, as well as the #1 motorsports simulation in the world, iRacing, we are ready to go. Talladega, the trucks a couple of weeks ago was the regular season finale. Now, there was no playoff format for, obviously, the drivers of the ARCA series, but they are still running Talladega, and we are looking forward to the excitement at the world's greatest, fastest, biggest speedway, 2.66 miles. We're ready to roll. Hello, everybody. I'm Wesley Outland, Jeremy Stanley alongside buddy down in Florida, Mr. Texas, Mr. Charles Wooten. Punching the buttons. And by the way, it's good to be back, Jeremy. What the heck have we done with ourselves for the last, 10 days, man? We're ready to go for the push, the stretch, the playoffs on Monday for the trucks, and obviously round 15 here tonight for ARCA at Talladega.
Yeah, man. It was a week and a half. That's kind of weird. I was like, today's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. That's great. But I'm like, all right, it's a Monday broadcast. Let's get suited up. And I'm like, no, wait, it's Thursday. So, yeah, we're here. We're doing a great race 15 of 21. 80 laps around this 2.5 mile Talladega Super Speedway with the ARCA cars. That could be a fantastic show this evening. So, I don't know, you expect the unexpected with this massive draft package of the ARCA cars with 5 lanes of traffic to choose from. It could get wild out here. I just called the race with the Gen 4s, the new Gen 4s here. Those are wild as well with a massive closing in rate. But these ARCA cars kind of match that, and with the high RPMs, we're gonna see some 2-3 wide. We're gonna have fun tonight.
We're gonna have some fun tonight. Let's take a look at the race on information for tonight. The race information here at Talladega. We're gonna have no fast repairs. We always do. With the new updates, obviously, we are 100% on fuel for the ARCA cars. 2 sets plus 1 set that they're qualifying on right now. Qualifying is underway with a 2-lap qualifying run, and we're going to go 76 laps. Now, obviously, if you do the math here tonight as we prepare for this race, to 76 laps on the 2.66 mile racetrack is 202 miles. So just over 200 miles is what we're going to see here whenever we get started. Weather conditions presented by Kaufman Creative in the house. There it is, 75 degrees. And track temp is at 101. There's a wind speed. There's a little wind going on, a little straight line wind, about 9 to 10 miles an hour. And another thing that's real cool is obviously it is 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central Time. It is in the morning, and I think that's something we're definitely going to keep an eye on, especially as we move later on in the day, into lunchtime, and the lunch hour, if you will, at noon. This will really be interesting to watch what the track and the cars will be like for the race, Jeremy.
Yeah, 100%. 10-mile-an-hour winds. That'll That'll give a nice little head drift down the back straightaway, or however it's directed. You can't see it on that stat initially, but I was trying to figure that out. But I don't see the direction, man. But these cars are gridding. Let's get this starting lineup underway.
It's go time here at Talladega. Let's take a look at the starting lineup on the pole. Dan West Jr., multi-time truck champion, cup champion, now ARCA is his focus. Here he comes, the man from Shelton, Washington of the 55. And Troy Daggett to the outside of him on row number 1. Row 2 will find Ryan Bay, multi-time winner this year, along with Frank Harris alongside of the 77, the legend. Row number 3 on the grid, James Vining, the Catman's in the house. He qualifies 5th. And the 5 of Devin West, ironically, on the outside of row 3. Row 4, Ray Partridge, Brett Johnson. And your top 10 there, Jeremy, will find the driver of John Adenbacher, John Breitzman. That's a Team LSRTV row for your top 10 at row 5.
There you go, 6 through 10. We got Rory Grande in the number 11, and to his outside in 12th, Jeff Stabnow in car number 24. Row 7, P13, Paul Hoffman into his outside in 14th, Brian Barnes in car 4. Row 8, 15th place, Stephen Bartlett in the 23 to the outside in 16th. Car 39, Josh Childress. Row 9, 17th place, Kyle Hope in the 13, and Dan Lowther in the 63. 19th in row 10 is Dana Rogers to his outside. Position number 20, Ron Hunter, and I'll clear the rest as well. Row 11, Chris Kynes in the 57, Tyler King in the 21 and 22nd place. 23rd, Stephen Paulson in the 58, Toby Ritters in the 3 and 24th. 25th place, Paul Newton. On the outside of him, Todd Miles in the 62. And then the final car to take grid, Russ Lundberg in 129. And what a picture that is.
We ain't seen Russ Lundberg in a while, man. And there's the guy with the always cool, wicked-looking hair back again. Good to see him. 27 cars ready to go on this racetrack here at the Talladega Superspeedway. Obviously, this racetrack is 2.66 miles long, 4.023 kilometers. You're going to hear us use the phrase, high banks, 33 degrees of banking into the corners in turn number 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. There's the 5 degrees on the back straightaway, that long 4,000-foot back stretch that is known as the Alabama Gang Super Stretch. And then, of course, the 4,500-foot front straightaway tri-oval. And remember, the start-finish line is all the way, Jeremy, at the end of pit road, just shy of turn 1 here. See a lot of slingshots, a lot of passes, a lot of daring moves possibly coming up here tonight in this race.
Yeah, having that front stretch, or the start-finish line kicked out after the tri-oval, that's made so many differences in so many different races when it comes to finishing order. Wrecks, they happen in the tri-oval a lot of the times, and they're not doing it as they cross the line. So here we go. Pace car down, getting ready for race 15, 21 of the opening season for the ARCA Northwest Racing Series. Here we go. Green flag is out. 55-29, bumper to bumper already as they get hooked up early. Head off to turn number 1. Troy Daggett, 99, is going to get his hooked up partner, 77, Frank Harris. Slow start to the outside. Here comes the triple 3, James Vining. He's going to close in. Almost gets triple cleared. I think the outside is going to go a little forward here. A little minute back, down the back stretch.
Bill work their way into the back straightaway with now Dan West Jr. locked on the inside of the racetrack. There goes Ryan Bay right now up on the top. He's got some help as well. Actually, he's on the inside. That's actually Troy Daggett's car. Troy Daggett now in the number 2 spot. A little push by Harris. All this going on now as they work their way now through the tri-oval, coming off of turn number 4. Put 1 lap on the board. 75 to go. Still a long way to go in this one here at Talladega, as right now Dan West Jr., Troy Daggett almost a dead heat, fighting for the opening lap. It's the double nickel as they lead him back into turn number 1.
5 leading lap number 1 here. The inside still, after a lap and a quarter, seems to be the preferred lane at this time. As 99, 77. They're actually kind of struggling there. West a little bit to get the 99 consistently with the 55. Cannot do it. But there's a little more space, though, between these cars. It's probably prohibiting the run. A 33-5. Quadruple clearing the outside lane. Here comes Brett Johnson, car 7. He almost has the 99 cleared as well. The outside fell off tremendously on that second lap.
We'll kind of watch all these cars down the way again around the corner as again the green flag just fell a couple of laps ago. Everybody perfectly in formation right now with Dan West Jr. in tow. There is, of course, the number 4 Barnes on the inside. He's got Partridge on the outside lane. All this great action going on right now as everybody stays down to the inside of the racetrack. Dan West Jr. leads him off the Alabama Gang super stretch, heading back to 3.
Single filed out early on the inside lane. Guys are wanting to take it super easy right now to open up this thing. Frank Harris, you see him double 7. He's got the 08 Partridge behind him. John Wrightsman and a few others. Do not have the power, do not have the strength of numbers to progress as we go to the bumper cam. First time with Frank Harris. Is he lifting right there?
Yeah, I think he is. Look at that.
The leader reminds me to
Lift around the corners like that, but I think he is. And there was that beautiful looking race car, the Hoffman driver of the number Goodrich, the yellow and black Goodrich, number 52. Man, such an awesome looking wrap right there on that race car. That was it, worked their way heading back into the back straightaway again, heading to turn 3.
I'm a big Ford fan. The Mustangs look absolutely beautiful. I love the ears. Oh, I see why the 77 was lifting now. I thought he was trying to get Partridge to his back bumper, but no, he actually has someone in front of him. The 89, John Ottenbacher, is now leading the charge on the outside, trying to move up a little bit. They get side by side with Brett Johnson, car number 7, who's currently holding the 5th place position as we close out lap 4. Starting lap 5, still remain side by side with the 5th place car. I expected way more racers back on that second lane there, West, but right now they're starting to build up a little bit. That top
3. Everybody right now locked to the inside, a big stack of traffic. The entire field right there, separated by maybe 1 second interval coming to the start-finish line. There's the topside coverage. By the way, aerial coverage of tonight's race is presented as always by LSRTV. Your home for sim racing is Dan West Jr. holding off Ryan Bay. How about the Catman, James Viney, looking good in 3rd, and now we watch now Ottenbacher in the U.S. Air Force colors of the number 89. He's on the outside lane. He's got pushed by Harris as they work into.
They're inching a little bit closer this time. A lot of movement on turn 2. The inside and outside lane collectively. Working away now into turn 3. The 89 side by side with the triple 3 from 3rd place up for grabs this time around. As we have about 10 cars in the top, everybody else still remains on the bottom lane off of turn 4, heading to the tri-oval. 89 still stuck about 3rd or 4th place. As Dan West Jr. is going to lead the first 6 laps of this event.
Back into the corner into turn number 1 and 2 again. Dan West Jr. still up in that top spot. Just 6 laps into it. Down the back straightaway. Everybody, for the most part, minding their P's and Q's. Ottenbacher trying to get something started on the middle lane. Everyone else is committed to catfishing on the bottom. And you see Harris trying to give a push or a bump trap to Ottenbacher to help him get some speed. Partridge behind him as well as John Wrightsman. There's just not speed coming from that middle lane like we're seeing from the cars on the bottom lane. And here comes Harris. I think he thought about pushing out a line on Ottenbacher and get a 3rd lane going, but quickly they get right back single file, and they're door to door in the middle lane again behind the leaders on the bottom into 1.
And Paul Hoffman, the 52, I thought he was going to go around there, entering the tri-oval almost all four wheels below the yellow line. Cannot pass down there. I think he got shoved. We'll straighten it back out. Oh, big move there by 52. Once more on corner exit. That was cool. Focusing on this outside lane. There's Ottenbacher still struggling back side by side with 6th place car last time around, the number 7 Brett Johnson. There just seems to be a wall of air blocking this outside lane. Not sure what it is. I know they get more race here, but they're just struggling, Wes, to move in advance. Oh, the 52. I think Troy Daggett's all over the back of Paul because that 52 is just all over the map and triable and corner exits.
We're still watching. Look at that inside lane. I mean, we're trying to get something going here at the outside lane or that middle lane, as we mentioned, trying to finally get up to speed and finally got friends, if you will, Jeremy. And now that is working as they are starting to overtake the bottom lane. Here comes now Ottenbacher. He was about 7/8 back to the leader. 10 car lengths. Now he's right there with Dan West Jr. They're fighting for second as they work off forward.
Figured it out, man. They got the outside rolling momentarily. Up to P2, P3 goes the 89, 77, and 08. The top 3 on the outside. John Ottenbacher crosses the line. P3 that time. Barely. I thought he would have had 2nd place. 1-2 this time to start lap number 10 of schedule 76. As they had on the schedule 80 laps. They shortened it up by 4 laps before this thing started. It's been a good one so far. Been racy right now. Deal window, what do we expect? Around 25 to 30?
Yeah, I'm thinking probably at that. If their fuel tank's at 100%, I'm thinking they could probably go about 25, 30, maybe 35 laps if they're lucky to try to stretch it on a run.
We'll find out. The ARCA cars, I don't know their fuel cell compared to the Cup truck and Xfinity. I would imagine it's similar because they're basically old Cup cars, but now we're at number 11, 5. Dan West Jr. still hogging the race lead every single lap has belonged to the driver of the 55 on the inside line with Ryan Bay behind him, your current points leader. Ottenbacher blocks Frank Harris on the outside lane. That was kind of interesting.
Well, he shut the door on him, didn't he? Said access denied. Try to let him reset, fire back up again here. All this going on as we're just getting started with our coverage. Very quickly, we need to pause for 10 seconds of station identification as we are bypassed the top of the hour. Quickly, ARCA, Northwest, Talladega. We're right back right after station ID. This is iRacing on CRN, the Community Radio Network.
WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
And I'm understanding we are under the yellow flag. As soon as we come back from station identification, we've got caution on the racetrack. Yellow flag is out for the first time.
Man, if you go back...
We got some smoke coming from a couple of cars. Is it Ryan Barnes, I think?
Yeah, if we rewind the YouTube video, as soon as that graphic was popping up on the screen for CRN, I saw one car just bolt to the outside lane and destroy himself. You see the pileup on the outside here. Not a good view on that one. We'll have to cycle back a couple times to catch multiple angles of this thing. There's, oh man, your points leader Ryan Bay was P2. He got involved in this one. Engine is cooked. Here we go. Let's lock in here. Turn number 1 to what happens, or turn 2 rather. You see half a lap from now, you're going to see destruction. I didn't see any damage, Wes, on the 29 Ryan Bay's car, just engine, just smoke. So we'll see how this happens. Very curious. That, huh? Oh yeah, Frank Harris. Too much love. Oh, then Ryan Bay, what? Oh, he must have just overheated. I think he blew the engine right when the wreck happened. That's a shame.
That's
because he
right,
would've
man.
had
The
to lift
29, man. That's
later.
the Naeum car. The Chevrolet has had an amazing year.
No.
The Naeum entry now puts us under the yellow flag. Remember, there is no fast repair, and this is devastating if he's out of this race, Jeremy, because he is one of the dominators this season for sure. And I got a feeling we're going to see everybody come down pit road here on lap number 12, and they are coming to pit road for work here for service.
Here they come. He had a 3-point lead coming into this thing over Devin West, and his night is done. Man, that's just a shame. He could have literally waited 3 more seconds. The caution would have been out, and he would have lifted and been fine. But the engine blew at the exact worst time. He's going to finish basically dead last in this thing. He's going to drop 1 position in points because him and Devin West have a fantastic lead over everybody else. But as we focus on the race leader this entire night, the 55, off of pit road. Looks like 3 drivers decided not to pit. 52, 13, and 129 staying out this time. Troy Daggett getting a report. Black flag on pit road. And Brightsman as well. 2 black flags under a caution pit stop.
Wow. So Troy Daggett and Sean Brightsman both getting penalties after coming off of pit road. The beautiful looking, my favorite car in ARCA Northwest, the Goodwrench number 52, yellow and black entry Chevrolet of Paul Hoffman now leading the way. We're under caution. We step away. We're back from Talladega with more next.
You've probably seen us all over the racing world and doing a lot of racing designs for events and race teams, but we also do a lot of stuff from small boutiques in small cities all the way up to Fortune 500 companies. Your brand deserves to be seen. We print on more than just shirts, hats, jackets, bags, and much, much more. Custom corporate branding starts here.
Hey, it's Wesley Outland, the voice of the Northwest Racing iRacing series on LSRTV, and proudly again on the Community Radio Network. As always, we're excited for another season of the best iRacing Pacific drivers of the Northwest, putting on a show that you all enjoy every Monday night. Join us also on LSRTV or listen on the Community Radio Network at wearecrn.com. The power of radio to the imagination of the listener, iRacing style, CRN, LSRTV for the Northwest Racing Series.
Well, here we are, folks. We have arrived at the legendary Boot Hill Speedway. $30,000 hangs in the balance this weekend.
The most I've ever raced for is $1,000, and this is $29,000 more than that.
Typically, one of these races pays $750 to $1,000 a win weekly. This race pays $1,000 just to start the event.
I don't even know how to put it in words, really. We've never raced for this much money.
It's the biggest factory stock race of the year.
We're leading the points back at home, and we walked away from that just to come out here and race for stuff like this.
They have the saying, if you want to race, the heel's the place, and there's a reason for that.
They can get all the way up on the fence or right around all the tires.
The competition it's insane. There's some really, really fast people there.
I looked it over last night. I think there's 16 different reigning track champions.
You're not gonna find anything better than what you're gonna find in the 8 feature here.
So you can kind of drive in really hard and just kind of roll up against the concrete wall and just kind of get a good run off.
This is my dream to go off racing and go on tours. So just being here and trying to get my name out there means a lot.
I just love racing. I mean, if you love it, go chase your dream and just don't give up because anything can happen.
We are live on the radio as well. By the way, don't forget, join us for coverage on the Community Radio Network this weekend, live from West Virginia, Princeton Speedway, and with Raceway this upcoming weekend. Dirt Car Racing Modified Mafia Tour. Of course, as always, iRacing coverage. We're back at it again. How about this, Jeremy? Playoffs, Northwest, start Monday. You ready for it?
Yeah, man. Absolutely. We're here for it.
Seems to me
Not
like
even a
this season
question.
just flew by, man, and now all of a sudden we're preparing for the playoffs. Remember, there was no playoffs for ARCA, but they're going to race all the way until around October, and then the championship will be decided for the trucks in our 10 races that remain for the playoffs. And there it is right now. Well, that was the unofficial results, but the race isn't over. We're back in green. 15 laps in.
15 blinky, Mr. Kyler Hope. What you doing? Get that figured out. Here's the outside. It's all scrambled on the inside. Look how unformed they are. That's kind of odd. Is there open back straight? This is way different than what we saw in the opening start of this race. 16 laps ago. They're 3 wide. They're jumbled up. Someone missed a shift apparently. This is kind of nuts, but so we're going to see if the 13 can be the third different leader tonight. Looks like they're going to stay single file player in the top few positions. Nope, here comes 2 to the outside. 508 Partridge trying to lead a lap.
And watch this again as they work their way again, coming down to the start and finish line, heading back to turn number 1. Your leader up in front is Kyler Hope. How about Kyler Hope? Of course, that is a man that I've had the privilege to work with, know for the last couple of years. Racing America, Mad TV, Low Racing. Kyler Hope up in front right now with that number 13 Chevrolet down to the inside. He holds on to the top position. Dan West Jr. right there behind him. And look at now Ray Partridge, who's back in 5th, trying to get that middle lane started again. Shades of what we saw before the first caution of the night, Jeremy, through the trial.
Late lap 17, Kyler Hope with the strategy. 16 spots. That time as well. Second lap led for him. Now here comes the other point leader, Devin West, who's all of a sudden been gifted the points lead by a lot. And Ryan Day is fairly out of this racing race. So here comes the 5-man charge on the outside. He is currently leading everybody into turn 3. It's going to be a dead heat when we get to turn 4. Can they get the 13 back to the front? It's going to be a close call, but the numbers game have equalized. The first 6 rows kind of broken out between the first pack and the second pack. So 2 different pack races going on now, but this lead will go to the 4th lead change tonight. Try the 3rd one. That's going to be number 5, Devin West, P1.
RGL Motorsports chiming in and says I have a big sim racing in months. Let's see how that goes. Christian Altupiat, Altupilot. Have fun. Mackenzie Lowther says, let's go, Dad. Obviously, hear it on Dan Lowther. And Dan Lowther right now in the 7th position. Thank you, Mackenzie. Great question. Jeremy, what was the question?
Mackenzie on the YouTube side said, what the heck?
Oh.
It's a great question to what the heck? I see it as a question. I know it's probably not. You start the word with, or start the sentence with what, and I'm like, yeah, great question. I don't know what happened either. There's just a bunch of chaos. That's how also I felt about that restart too. They finally got it figured out.
We've done this a long time, Jeremy. I know you're involved in other iRacing broadcasts just like I am as well. And we have seen times where yellow flags are thrown out of nowhere in iRacing and you question what was the caution for. And then there's sometimes you see blatant things happen where you're like, where's the caution? And you don't get the caution. So there you go.
Yeah, leader wreck, sometimes you don't get one, but then you see the guy in last place spin out, falls below the yellow line, and iRacing's like, put it out. So, it's always just Actually, you know what? The coding's very realistic to they simulated the caution throwing because it's very inconsistent, just like how they do it. So, you know, shout out to NASCAR and iRacing for even getting the flag system. Yeah, I know. I don't know if you should catch Iowa, but they had a wreck up on the outside of turn 1 and turn 2. I forget at what point in the race. It was mid-pack. It was easy at caution. There was oil going on the track. They didn't throw it for half a lap. But the last lap of the race, they threw a caution for someone else.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Right now, Ray Partridge now having the opportunity to lead the race. Partridge in a pear tree. Now got West to his outside. Here comes Devin West. By the way, Mr. Jeff Stabnow, can we give him some love, Charles? Career start number 483 in Northwest. Right now, he's in 4th on the road to 500 starts. How about that, Jeremy? 17 away. Counting tonight. There he is, right there.
And well, we got 6 more after this one for the ARCA side and the truck side of him. So he's going to get close, man.
It's going to be career start. If he makes all the races, okay, so he's 17 away. Because tonight is 483rd career start in Northwest competition overall. He's 17 away. If he runs the 10 playoff races in these races, and I think we've got what? How many races we got left in ARCA? I'm trying to look at the schedule.
6 more. Well, 5 more after this one, right? So 6 left.
But yeah, so he's going to be, what would that be? The last race of the season would be career start 499 or 498.
490. Actually, there's 6 more after this one, so 499.
That's
right,
what I was thinking, 499. Yeah.
Man, so close. He has to wait.
So basically, when we run Daytona next year, if he runs all of the races remaining this year in Northwest, and we know see Jeff do it because he's just dedicated men. He will be 1 race shy of 500, and the race at Daytona would be his 500th career start. Unbelievable.
Dedication, man. Love hearing those kind of numbers. For anyone watching the contact heavy, Paulson.
Wow.
No. The 52 and the 99. My God.
Yeah, that was Hoffman and Daggett, by the way. Hoffman and Daggett got together.
Yeah. Man, they door slapped one. That was insane. They somehow did not wreck.
Said, let's be friends.
Cars are friends, not foes.
And look at Jeff Stabnow up in front now, leading this race here.
Down the back stretch. Oh, man. Mr. Newton wanted to squeeze the gap, had to back out of it. Now he's stuck 3 wide in the what you used to call the sucker hole, which isn't really a sucker hole anymore. Tried it, did not work. He's dropping back. He's going to get Roy Grande's out a little bit there in that beautiful Taco Bell paint scheme. Mark, the 6th different leader to lead a lap. Jeff Stabnow on the 25th.
Man, what a good run for that guy right now that you just mentioned. Look at this. By the way, Ryan Bay chiming in. I think Ryan Bay's out of the race. 285 degrees is where these things start to blow up. If you guys are wondering. And we got an accident again. Trouble on the back straightaway.
26.
Wow. Caution out. Multi-cars involved. Roy Grande, Ron Hunter, Todd Miles, and even James Vining involved. Man, I was just looking at some of my information in the chat box where Ryan Bay was talking about where his engine blew up. And then we got trouble on the Alabama Gang super stretch coming out of turn number 2 off the 33 degrees of banking. Jeremy, you saw it happen with 3 wide. Look at this. Olay! Contact into Hunter, and into the wall goes the cars.
Oh, man, overcorrection destroys it. If he would have just locked it down, he'd have been just fine, but just a little too tight there. 3 wide is definitely acceptable at Talladega, but they just, 30, pinched him in a little too tight, got the little contact there from the outside to the middle lane to number 11. It's just, yeah, you need to give a little more space. You got so many lanes to choose from. And 11 basically had nowhere to go.
Well, we're under the yellow flag again. As the question I'm wondering, Jeremy, will we see anybody come down to the pit lane? Will they pit? You know, remember, you only got 2 sets of tires, plus the set that you qualified on. But you can come down pit road, take on fuel, make adjustments. Jeff Stapp now, the leader, bringing the cavalry onto the pit lane here.
Yeah, on the pit road right now, see what happens on this pit sequence. Last time we had 3 black flags handed out. Do we have any this time? We're going to wait for Charles Wooten behind the scenes to let us know.
Yes.
Who gets flagged? That's his job. Minus camera work and posting all the commercials and requests that we put out. He also gets to tell us race control stuff like black flags. So my ear's clean right now. I think no penalties on this cycle of pit stops. And the average race time right now, Wes, caution on lap 13 and then caution on lap 26.
Right,
so
right.
It sounds like we have an average going on here. And penalty free. Got word.
So nobody got in trouble. Everybody minded their P's and Q's, if
Very
you will.
They're blacks and their flags. They minded them, not handed them out. 63, Dan Lowther, your new race leader. Gonna be another lead change. 6 different leaders, 5 lead changes. And this time, Wes,
Well,
I'm keeping notes. I keep notes on this now. I don't just guess like I did at Phoenix early on when we ran back that replay race. I actually literally notate them now. So these are.
Well, I mean, what the hell, dude? Why are you not giving yourself credit? I think you were, what, 2 off? I mean, you know.
For the first half of the
you were
race.
3 laps off, yeah. Well, at the second half, it just fell off the wheel, you know. But, I mean, we couldn't help
you know,
that. You were at least a lap or 2 off. So.
Sim Racers Hub called me out massively. I keep track. And then I see the stats posted. I'm like, oh, God, that was way off. Okay. 10-4 on that.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's fine. We did our best then. We learned some things that night.
We did. Yes, sir. Yes, we did. All good in the
Probably
neighborhood.
never to
So
do that
glad you're
again.
joining us. Heading towards lap number 30. Hey, by the way, there is your Virginia811.com race summary. Ironically, I'm in West Virginia right now. By God, wild and wonderful West Virginia. Virginia811.com reminding you to dig with care. And so far, 2 cautions of 3 caution laps. 10 lead changes so far in this race. There's your race summary as we are heading towards lap number 30. And, what would halfway be? No, sir. Not me.
Well, some producers asking us if we're drinking moonshine.
I ain't got a hold of nobody's
West
West Virginia cough syrup. I can promise you that. I got me a Code Red Mountain Dew right now to wet my whistle.
You know, I enjoy.
We've never heard of that expression.
I enjoy some Code Red Mountain Dew, let me tell you. But after looking at the label and seeing 150% of your daily sugar amount in one bottle, I'm just like, I gotta tone this down. I can't have this too much anymore.
Well, can I be frank? This is my first bottle of soda today.
Oh, beautiful.
So no,
I drew
this
a bunch
is my
of
first
water.
bottle of soda, and I drank it because I knew I was going to have to, stay awake.
What?
Oh boy, we're wrecking under caution. What the hell? What in the world? Josh Childress and another car
What?
get together on the back straightaway.
Dan Lowther.
We're not even at green and they're crashing.
Dan Lowther was the leader. He backed up mid-pack and then crossed over the people and just wrecked some. Definitely Josh
Was that
Childress.
Dan Lowther, the leader's car? It was Dan Lowther, the WeatherTech entry. Oh, my goodness.
And look, his
Come on,
sign
McKenzie,
kind of calls it.
McKenzie, what is your dad doing? What in the world?
Your race leader comes down and then full throttles.
Here comes Dan Lowther.
What in the world?
Oh, boy, what in the world?
Wow, have you ever?
Yeah. I think he zigged when he should have zagged on that play.
You have a half a lap, brother, to get in line. You have
man.
a half a lap? What are you doing?
You know what? I'm wondering if something happened. I'm wondering if something like, I'm wondering if something happened where, like, he lost control or it's a server issue or, issue with the steering wheel. What? Yep, there it is. Yes, sir. There it is. I told you. I had a feeling. There was something going on because of that.
Man.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. Wow.
Connection.
Now, I think Jeff Stabnow's okay, Jeremy. My question is how damaged is Childress's car? Childress and
He's
Lowther.
toast. Look at the front. It's gone.
Wow.
McKenzie
And
says, screen
McKenzie
went
says
black.
the screen went black. There you go.
Yeah.
There's your answer. I had a feeling that's exactly what happened.
All right. Well, that explains why he just crossed over the 24. So that's tragic, man. You have random malfunctions when it comes to, like, when you're in a real life car, right? You have like a tire that goes out. You'll have a lug nut that comes loose. You get those kind of issues. But in the sim world, you don't get that. So instead, you get GPU issues, you get blue screens, you get internet lag. So that's our mechanical failures, if you will, and screen going black. And it's just a rough mechanical one that just wrecked not only the 63, but also the 39 of Childress. And during this caution period, wild. We're going to button it back up, though. Josh Childress is going to try it, man. He's going to try to restart. I don't know if he doesn't know or not that he doesn't have a nose. Like, unless he has a spotter of some kind. No one's
I'm sure he knows. I'm sure he knows.
He just knows he got crossed over.
I'm sure he knows, Jeremy. Getting ready to
WTF.
bring it back to green flag. 30 laps in as we are closing in on the halfway mark of this race as well. Coming to the line, green flag in the air. We are back to racing here at Talladega.
James Vining on YouTube also, Triple Three. He said someone ran him into the outside wall after the caution, and too much damage to repair, so he's done. So we have three drivers
Josh
out.
Childress about ran Ray Partridge into the outside wall, and we're starting to see how damaged Josh Childress' car is. It's like lyrics to the Tom Petty song. He is free falling into the corner on the back straightaway. He was up to second. Now he is all the way back into the top 20. Childress in trouble.
Free falling through that car. All of a sudden, no speed, and you have no fast repairs here. So you're basically just need to borrow a bumper from another crew that has a spare one in the back. If you look like Dale Jr. at Talladega with a blacked out bumper, maybe. That'd be kind of cool. We saw something like that happen, but he's not going to look at it. 3 wide in the back, 46. Sean Breitzman momentarily. He goes back single file DQ and DQ car combination on the inside. As Jeff Stabner currently leading this event once more. Second time he's been up front.
Jeff Stabnow will win. If he wins, it will be his first Northwest ARCA win of his career. Not to mention all of the other successes he's had. Jeff Stabnow, as I mentioned, on the road to 500 for the Northwest. He has 42 career wins. 182 top fives up till tonight. And his most recent race, by the way, Jeremy, was his 300th top 10 in his career.
That's a beautiful stat. Making starts is one thing, but having 300 top 10s, whew, heck yeah. At the corner exit to complete lap 33, entering 34. Ray Partridge in the 08. He's going to get a piece of this action. Finally get some laps led in the 08 here as he breaks out with the 3-car single file. Now it's down to 2. Got that 08 to 5. E1 to the bottom. Oh, 13. Still blinky. It's not often we see it. It's the third time this car is gone for a second or two. Talking about malfunctions. We're seeing the internet side of things. We saw the 2 feet earlier. We're seeing the internet now from Mr. Kyler Hope. Oh, was that one car going to the infield? I thought I saw one bolt to the inside anyways.
Yeah, I think Lowther just came down pit road. Dan Lowther just onto the pit lane in 20th position. So Lowther, and now we got Ron Hunter a lap down. So 18 cars in the lead lap. Ron Hunter, first car lap down. As there you see the field working back through the tri-oval, coming back to start finish. Ray Partridge on the inside. Help with Devin West pushing on the bottom, trying to get around Jeff Stabnow. Jeff Stabnow now has got Ritters behind him. Hoffman as well as they work their way off of turn number 2.
A lot of movement there on the outside lane, especially with the 52 Hoffman. It just looks like that 52 is very unstable when it comes to corner exit. Just all over the map there, struggling to get the line continually flowing. Look at him, he's just chasing Mr. Ritters on the outside. It's keeping Toby from leading this race probably. Just all over, look at this, left, right. Can't get to the back bumper. Oh, here comes Devin West. He's going to showcase the lead on the outside now. He'll put Toby second. Paul Hoffman in third and lead on the outside. But 52 had to release the 3. This car is up and down the track, all over the place. Corner exit. This is where he struggles to keep it. You see him way out there, way low. He's struggling out there.
Sound of those cars as they rumble through the tri-oval, coming back to start finish, and all the while now Devin West gonna lead the way. We saw his father Dan West Jr. lead some laps earlier from the pole. Now Devin West gonna jump up there and lead some laps. The young man from Shelton, Washington, the former champion, right now in the 5. Stabnow right there in second. Partridge, Hope, and Harris the top 5 as we're closing in on halfway.
Into turn number 3, number 5, Devin West. Still in charge there at the front. 24 Stabnow. Ray Partridge is your top 3. Minus that opening start. This field has just been scattered all over. Here comes the 27, Mr. Paul Noon. He's going to try to slingshot himself a couple spots ahead, but here comes Paul Hoffman to try again. Maybe not. We're going to find out here. He has to check up big. Man, he's all over, scattered to the 129. Ludberg had to back it down. The inside lane stuff with the stronger 52 is trying to push here right now. But
hey, by the way,
calm.
Jeremy,
Oh, man, look at this. This is going to
When
cause
they come to the line,
later.
we're the halfway, 38 laps down, 38 laps to go. And we will be around 101 miles completed in this race as right now it is, look at the inside, Devin West. Pushed with help by Jeff Stabdown. Look at Kyler Hope going way high in the one main financial restart zone. Trying to get that third lane going. It just is not starting. We've even noticed, Jeremy, that the middle lane is having trouble. I think there's been 1 or 2 times in the opening 100 miles that maybe something gets started in the middle lane. And another thing that we've been told about all night, we saw it happen to Ryan Bay. James Vining was talking about it, was the fact that you can't let your temperature engine gauge get to 285 degrees. If you do, you are literally at risk of blowing the engine.
That's the kaboom. If anyone's going to answer or give us that information, it's going to be the guy who actually had experience with that here tonight. Blowing it up on turn number 2 on that lap 13. Oh, man, 57, Chris Kynes almost slaps to 0.7. Dana Rogers. Not, or else I'd have shipped him to the infield. The outside only has 4 cars right now. We're on lap 40 of 76. We're just past the halfway mark. In this race number 15 of 21, ARCA series from Northwest Racing League, and cars moving inside outside. I would imagine at this point, Wes, this is where they're just gonna hang tight to the pit stop.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right, buddy. What's your take of the first 100 miles? Couple of caution flags. Let's go ahead and put up the race summary, if you will. By the way, that's brought to you by Virginia811.com, reminding you to dig with care. There it is. Only 2 cautions. 3 laps. 14 lead changes. And I think we're about ready to see some more exciting racing. Let's look at this now. Team LSRTV between West and Stabdown. Watch Hoffman, Kynes, and Hope right there. King on the outside as well to the 21. All this happened on the outside as they work into 3 and 4.
Racing's been pretty good. Nothing too exotic by any means, but I've had a little this, little that go on here, so you never know what to expect. You can see 3 wide all day, or you could see some things you haven't seen before. And then you got handling issues, like in this car here on the screen. You got some people that have been dominating up in the front. You got some people that have been trying to do some things. You got penalties on a caution. So it's just been a lot of everything here tonight. A couple of decent wrecks. Lap 42 now back straight away. Chris Kynes looking to the inside, gets blocked basically by the 52 of Hoffman. I saw 13 blinking a little bit more. And look at that, that move to these 2 cars going to the inside like that kind of slowed up that outside once more. So still struggling to get anything over the top.
Yeah, I mean, they just could not seem to get something going from the outside lane. I mean, we talked about it, you know, religiously the first 100 miles, and we're seeing it again now as you see Hoffman still stuck on the outside lane, cannot work with those cars on the bottom and cannot shift and bring those cars on the outside or middle lane forward. And right now, 3 cars is really not that much of help. As here comes now maybe another one coming into formation. Couple are jumping out of line from the inside lane, the bottom of the racetrack to help. But it is all Devin West locked to the inside. He's committed to the bottom. He's catfishing on the, look at the double yellow line, and he knows it. He's got to stay locked to that line.
Yeah, locked to line right now. There's a little momentum shift on the top. They're starting to get it wound back up here as we're closing out lap 43. Opening lap 44. Chris Kynes, good shove to Paul. Through the trial even. Doing what he can. Watch out for the bumper grab. That was a close call. Still pushing him. Watch your water tip. We saw Ryan Bay did earlier. Oh, he's so close to that bumper. Offset, staggered pushing. This is sketchy right now. But he's making it work so far.
So here we go. Let's get something going here now. There's Chris Kynes. Look at that Napa, number 57, up on the outside lane. He got some help. Got some big help. Lundberg right there. That's Russ. First time we've seen him in a while.
I haven't talked about him too much on TV so far. We'll cross down there as we kick the camera back to the 27, down the 07, Mr. Dana Rogers. Currently holding 11th place at this time off of turn 2, lap 45. He goes up to the top to maybe get some help. Paul Hoffman's dropped back. Here comes the 129 Lundberg. He goes to the inside of the 52. Now the 07. Checked up by the 99. Troy Daggett here. 4 cars on the top. Everybody else on the bottom. Single file. We restarted this race around, 32, 31. So they've been about 15 laps underneath this green flag cycle run here.
Coming up on 30 laps to go when they come to the line next time by. And you know, me and Jeremy kind of talked about this when we came on the air. The playoffs starting on Monday. Yeah, playoffs. What are you talking about, playoffs? Yeah, playoffs will be underway Monday for the Northwest Racing Series for season number 12. The 16 drivers are locked in. We're looking forward to Worldwide Technology Raceway this Monday night, August 11th. Big shout out to my brother in Australia. He'll be celebrating his birthday. Love you, brother. Joshua. And August 11th, playoffs, Worldwide Technology Raceway. Charlotte and Kentucky, the first 3 rounds for the trucks. That's pretty cool. And by the way, we're going back to Charlotte Motor Speedway since the All-Star race, and now you got a points race on the playoff format for the round of 12 there, Jeremy. Round of 16. My apologies. Round of 16.
Fun to tune in to watch that season. Of course, you have the top runners, but there could be some people that sneak in every playoff run. There's always that one person who kind of shock factors. Oh, as Chris Kynes says nope to Hoffman. He tries to go top. He's going to back it right back down because, well, no drift. There all by himself. Quickly gets yeeted behind the 129 and everybody else. Away. As this would technically be a playoff race if they had playoffs. This is the old school format where you just race it to the end of the season. And it's down basically to 2 guys right now. Ryan Bay and the 29 who's currently out. 5 of Devin West. They have a 50-plus point breakout over 3rd place. So 29 setting himself up to climb up the hill for the first time all year. Starting next week.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, the championship will be decided October the 2nd for the ARCA Northwest Racing Series. So I'm going to throw that out there because obviously, like you said, it's a shorter schedule. They're not running playoffs. It's just a regular racing season. Tally up the points at the end of the year, like the old Winston Cup days back in the day. And that'll determine who will be the champion for ARCA Northwest in season 1. Kentucky coming up next week. USA International and Bristol, baby, coming up for a 200-lapper. That's the next 3 races. Then we're off for a couple of weeks on September 4th and September 11th. Then we come back for another 3 weeks straight for the ARCA Northwest, beginning September 18th at Rockingham, the Bull Ring in Vegas, and Chicagoland. And the championship will be determined at the virtual Windy City, as we now have 20, closing in on 25 to go. Right now, there you see Devin West and Jeff Stabnow. It's a team LSRTV fight. But now the Road Course King, how about that throwback car? Look at that, that number 27. Is that old Milwaukee? Yeah, there it is. Actually, it's a throwback. It's a throwback. It's a throwback to. Whoa, look out! Wow, Devin West, Jeff Stabnow got into the rear end of his car, and Devin West had to really get on the binders to save it. He'll lose spots. So will Jeff Stabnow. Devin West fell all the way back to 13th. Jeff Stabnow all the way back to 5th. But no, I was talking about Paul Newton's car, and if you want to go back to it, the leader now, it's a throwback to Bobby Allison.
Yeah, but his name is the logo. Really well done. Appreciate when you can change up the logo and the name to make it your own.
Well, the Newton is what used to be Miller on the real race car.
Absolutely. There you go.
Throwback to Bobby Allison, the Alabama game. One of the greats.
Classic logo. Those are completing lap 51 now. On that schedule, you just railed off the remaining races. Dirt race at USA in the bull ring. Not just normal Vegas, it's the bull ring, the short track, right? So those are two that I have highlighted and that I'm looking for. The rest of them are just, they're normal, good racetracks, yes, but I like the uniqueness of the schedule. So, dirt racing at USA, that could be just a complete blank show, or, you know, it could be a fantastic event. Who knows?
Well, Brandon Broadfoot says, I would love to join the Thursday race ARCA series. Nothing going on Thursday for me. You live in the Northwest, Brandon, reach out to somebody in the Northwest Racing Series Facebook or via Discord, and we'll make it happen. You can run the remaining 6 races, even though you're not like in the points title hunt. And always, Jeremy, we welcome newcomers, and he meets the criteria because he's from Chico, California, and that's the Northwest.
Please and thank you. I'm just kidding. We need movies. We can't get rid of the Charles yet. We need movies to be produced. They could also go elsewhere, but that's where they're at now.
Or Oroville. He's in Oroville, California. That's where Brandon Broadfoot's at. My apologies. He's from Oroville, California. That's where he's at. So I think I said Chico. My bad. It's Oroville. He said, "Hey Chico, man." Jeremy, one of the things we were talking about is we're watching this two-car tandem between Stabnow and Ritters, and we're noticing also that, like, if you stay in line too long, talk about cars getting up to 285 degrees or more, they're pushing it, and the cars might start overheating, or you're going to risk blowing the engines. Obviously, tell me if I'm right, you got to pull out of line to pull that engine off.
So there's a trick to it. Most of these stock cars on iRacing, I don't know if it translates to the real world, but for iRacing, if you duck out to the left of the bumper, you cool off the oil. If you duck out to the right, you cool off the water. So if you see a lot more movement to the right, that means the water temps are high. If you see movement to the left, the oil temps are high. That's just how you have to do it. Sometimes it's good just to rotate the race lead every so often and let the pusher cool off and then give him back the race lead if you have a tandem system like that. But if you're just single file like how they are, you've seen the 3 duck out to the outside here and there, that tells me that his water temp will be higher than it would.
Interesting. There you go.
Things you learn when you participate and broadcast a weekly super speed race.
I need to have a little rainbow with the stars. The star with the rainbow, the more you know.
The more your know. Former co-worker used to say.
It's not Reading Rainbow, by the way. It's not Reading Rainbow. We got trouble on the racetrack. Look out, Ray Partridge. Hoffman in a shower of sparks up against the wall. Frank Harris is involved. And we got trouble on the inside of the racetrack on the back straightaway. Caution is out, third time. With 20 laps to go here at Talladega. Here's a look at a replay of what happened.
Well, soon happened. All these cars in your view right here are involved in this wreck. These four. Damage. Well, here comes 77. He's also part of this. Let's see who causes what.
Oh, is that Kyler Hope? Kyler Hope into the back end of Ray Partridge.
Oh, man.
Wow,
Yeah,
look at just the calamity, man. Wow.
Hooked him halfway
What a
down the back
hellacious crash on the back stretch, man. Unbelievable.
You almost here right here, 13.
On board with Paul Hoffman.
Nowhere to
Ray
go.
Partridge slammed into it, man. Look at the impact. Holy hell. Let's go on board with Frank Harris. That should be an interesting ride. With Frank Harris. And Kyler Hope, I think, should be coming up next as well. Watch this. Frank Harris. Oh, boy.
Hopeless feeling right there.
Now, Jeremy, I don't want to say Kyler Hope started it, but it looked like he slammed it in the back of the rear end of Partridge. And then that's when all chaos broke loose. Let's see what the Elevate Media 13 ride was like for Kyler Hope. Bad bump draft.
Yeah, bad bump track. It's kind of weird because the camera's so wide angled. It looked like just a bad bump, yes. There could have been some slight movement.
Could we go in the air? Could we go aerial, Charles? Aerial view? And we are hearing the pit stops are happening. This is the money stop of the race right here, Jeremy. 20 laps to go. You know you can go half the distance. You could go for overtime if you need to. This is the money stop right here with 20 laps remaining.
This is definitely the last pit stop under green flag conditions. If we don't get another caution, that's it. So there might be another pit stop if there's a yellow, but if we stay green, this is it. And,
well, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready to step away. We're going to take another break. Strap in. 20 laps remaining here at Talladega here tonight, the ARCA Northwest Racing Series. We're also at the top of the hour. We'll pause quickly for 10 seconds of station identification. iRacing on the Community Radio Network, as well as those watching on LSRTV, your home for sim racing. We're ready to finish it out at Talladega when we return.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
Hi, welcome to Day Motorsports. Come on, check out what we got.
Thank you for keeping Day Motorsports in business for over 50 years.
You've probably seen us all over the racing world and doing a lot of racing designs for events and race teams, but we also do a lot of stuff from small boutiques in small cities all the way up to Fortune 500 companies. Your brand deserves to be seen. We print on more than just shirts, hats, jackets, bags, and much, much more. Custom corporate branding starts here.
Hey, it's Wesley Outland, the voice of the Northwest Racing iRacing series on LSRTV and proudly again on the Community Radio Network. As always, we're excited for another season of the best iRacing Pacific drivers of the Northwest putting on a show that you all enjoy every Monday night. Join us also on LSRTV or listen on the Community Radio Network at wearecrn.com. The power of radio to the imagination of the listener, iRacing style, CRN, LSRTV for the Northwest Racing Series.
Oh boy, oh boy. By the way, welcome back to coverage of the ARCA Northwest Racing Series. Listen, it's all professional on the TV side of things, but if you want to hear the after, uncut version of broadcast behind the mic, I encourage you, Jeremy, and all of our audience to go to wearecrn.com if you're listening on the radio as well. Now, it's uncensored, and you hear, all of the shenanigans that, you'll hear Charles in the background. You don't hear him on the broadcast on TV, but you'll hear him in the background on the radio. And we cut up, Jeremy. We have fun. That's why we love doing what we do.
Yeah, 100%, man. I wouldn't be staying up until midnight if it wasn't fun. So I enjoy it every single time.
Yes, sir.
Live. It is a good time when if the race is boring or exciting, we do it for y'all. And I have fun.
17 to go when they come back to the one main financial restart zone. Green flag is out. It is time to settle it here at the Big T, Talladega. Jeff Stabnow leads him on the bottom of the racetrack. He's looking for his 43rd career win in start number 483 tonight on the road to 500. The all-time starter of the Northwest leads him on the back straightaway.
Here we go again. Find your friends, get in line, and get to the front. Let's get the story here on this potential final restart here. The 3 wrecks we've seen have just been a little weird. Literally, I'd say nothing of the norm. Let's see if we can clear that out and have a good, solid 2x2 race, maybe some 3 wide even, to close this thing out. 16 laps to go. Dead heat, 57.24 out the line. Almost by a tie, but Chris Kynes, I do believe, got that lap.
Well, we're watching it. We're watching it, as you mentioned. Look at them work back out of the corner. Look on the high side. Here comes Tyler King. How about this guy, Tyler King? Remember, he's got a lot of momentum on his side, man. He wants to win this race.
Sure does. Here we go. 3 wide. First time for the race lead. The 21's going to get pushed back real quick. Mr. Tyler King does. He gets in line 3rd on the inside. Goes back to 2 wide for them. 3 wide. They're in the middle of the pack here. Led by the 7 of Brett Johnson. Now Toby Ritters jumps to that middle lane to try to help as 2 cars remain on the outside. I don't believe this is going to last too long, but they're going to try it as they can. 14.5 laps remaining back straightaway. Here we go. This is what we're looking for. This is the exciting race that we all wanted to see at the end.
Well, this is what we really were looking forward to, right? This is what we wanted to set ourselves up and see what's going to happen here tonight. And obviously, there it goes. Now, the question is got to be patient, right, Jeremy? Got to get in line. Got to find your friends. Remember, we talked about that. Your friends and your teammates, your foes. But with that all being said as well, you've also got to find the opportunity, when to pull out of line, when to stay in line. All of this going on is right now Devin West back out in front again after his little hiccup with Stabnow. Jeff Stabnow, by the way, falling back to 7th, 8th spot. And we're breaking out of formation, trying to get 3 wide started in 3.
Trying, but it's just not working right now. We remain 2 wide through 3 and 4. Equal number outside and inside cars. So you see it up at the front. It's equal momentum right now. The 21, Tyler King's going to lead his first lap, if not his second lap of the evening here, with 13 laps remaining. Josh Childress with the first bumper. He gets out of the way. He's 3 laps down. So why race the leads when you don't have anything to gain here? 5 momentarily back to the point off of turn 2. They're trying to get him up there.
Trying to get something started, trying to get it going. We'll see if he can keep that momentum. You gotta love it. Look at this now, 13 to go, and look at this Tyler King trying to block these lanes. 3 lanes from the bottom to the middle to the top. The 21 now under attack, and here comes Brett Johnson. Could tonight be the night for the number 7, Jeremy? He wants to represent Team LSRTV and win. And look at Sean Brightsman now in the blizzard. He's in second now, battling with King and Daggett.
Very good battle here. Some new leaders up front. A lot more lead changes happening each and every single lap. Brett Johnson, John Ottenbacher lead the front, even though the 89 is not there for position. He's still participating. He is 6 laps down. 3 wide mid-pack here. 99 up the middle. Looks like that gets cleared out. Here comes Childress a lap down. I thought he was going to take that, but nope. Daga's going to go back to the inside. Back to 2 wide racing. 11 to go.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jeremy, man, doesn't it feel like since that last green flag fell, like it's just been a C4 lit, like there's just absolutely more intense racing we're watching than what we've seen in the entire race so far tonight.
No more pit stops, and it's just have at it. Get to the front, not much time to do so. We've seen passing being a little difficult here. So you have to try stuff earlier to know if you're going to be able to pass or not. It's just been difficult. Oh, contact wreck. Troy keeps
10 to go. We got the break. That is that Daggett? It is Troy Daggett. He's got damage and he's crashing, entering into pit road. Crashing, entering onto pit lane is Troy Daggett's car. No caution. They'll be coming to 10 laps to go this time by, and Brett Johnson up in front. Boy, could tonight be the night for the number 7 right now. He is the Pied Piper. He is the leader of the field right now as they work their way coming to the line. This time by 10 to go. It is Johnson up in front. Ottenbacher, Brightsman, they're all teammates for the number 7, Jeremy, and they are pushing the 7 along right now.
And this is perfect for John to be pushing Brett Johnson. He had it. The 89 we know is not going to move to the outside trying to pass the race leader because he's 6 laps down. So Brett has basically a buffer zone that he knows he's not going to get past from the car directly behind him. He only has to worry about the outside lane. And so we know the 89 is going to stick back to the 7. No reason to leave his buffer. As he goes to the inside and just lets the leaders have at it. But I think this is going to work great. Great chance for Mr. Johnson to get this one done. 8.5 laps to go.
Brett Johnson looking for his first ever Northwest Racing Series victory in ARCA competition. He does have 1 win in the Northwest, but my God almighty, it came a long time ago. It came even before my time, and that was September 19th, 2018, Jeremy, at Charlotte Motor Speedway, when he picked up a win in the Northwest Truck Series. Started 9th, won at Charlotte. That was 2018. what is that, close to 6 years ago. If he picks up this win tonight, he'll break a 6-7 year losing streak with the Northwest Racing Series. But right now he has fell back to 4th, and Tyler King is now back up in front of the 21. 8, making 7 to go as they work through the tri-oval, coming off turn 4.
Yeah, Tyler King and Devin West got a humongous run off of turn 4 and just cleared the 7 last lap. So now they've got themselves P1, P2 race leaders. This time, 7 laps remaining. They're locked nose to tail into turn 1 and 2. Wreck in the inside of the turn 1, turn 2 area. We stay green flag. Did they actually wreck? I saw 2 cars below the yellow line. There it is. Oh, car flipping.
Yeah, they did. There it is. Caution's out. Caution's out. Jeff Stabnow.
No.
Jeff Stabnow on the road to 500, involved in an accident. It will not be a 43rd career win tonight. Trouble. Him and Stephen Paulison in the 58, they get together, and there it is. Oh, but a T-bone shot, and on his side, bicycles, and on his side, Jeff Stabnow. Lady Luck deals another bad luck hand to the driver out of Billings, Montana, Jeff Stabnow, in the late rally of the race. He bounced off of Dan West Jr., and then he got connected with intertwining into Paulison, and then he goes up on his side after he bicycles onto the inside apron, and we go under the yellow flag. And Jeremy, can we get this race restarted? Can we try to not force overtime? I think we can. I think we can get back to green maybe with 3 to go. What do you think?
Yeah, it's been 3 laps per caution period, 2 or 3. So we're definitely going to be back before overtime is even a thing. That's for sure. And that was tough, man. We just saw the 55 teammate, the Dan West Jr., push in the corner, which these cars can do fairly well, but not all the time. And you just saw the 24 get destroyed because such. And the 55 kept driving off, right? You know, not effect for the guy who's in P5 in points. 95 out of the championship contention. But yeah, we're gonna restart with 4 to go, I would imagine. 4 or 3 to go, and then that'll give enough time to get them wound up, get the 2-3 wide going once more, and this thing's probably far from over. Probably gonna get at least one more wreck.
Yeah, I got a feeling, Jeremy, that when we put ourselves in this predicament for a stacking them up for a late restart with 3-4 laps to go, you're putting yourself in position possibly for an overtime finish. What is there, Charles? 3 attempts, 2 attempts? I think it's 2 attempts. Northwest is 3 for the trucks. ARCA's 2, I believe. And there's the Beaver State Racing number 21 right there. There's Tyler King. And Jeremy, if you remember, Tyler King is carrying a lot of momentum for the Northwest, man. Not only in his opportunity to try to win here tonight with the ARCA Northwest, but he's also, been very successful, obviously, in what he's done in the Monday Night Truck Series also.
Yeah, he's been a fantastic part of this league. This guy on your screen right now, and just continuing to be a very good, solid, steady racer. Very clean, just like a lot of the other drivers here, which makes this league one of the best leagues out here. Been doing it for so long. King, they always have good numbers.
Yeah. If Tyler King, Jeremy, wins this race, it would be his first ARCA win of the season. However, I'm trying to go back and check my information with the Truck Series. He is the most recent winner at Martinsville and Talladega. So, with that being said, Jeremy, if Tyler King wins this race, He's looking at 3 straight Northwest Racing Series wins in a row, counting ARCA and the trucks. And it would be a sweep for the ARCA and Truck Series Northwest this season at Talladega for the Beaver State Racing 21 and Tyler King.
Well, this man likes a certain type of track, does he not? Like, that's a fun stat. Too many times you see a three-peat at one particular track, especially the most volatile track of them all, Talladega, as we get the one to go there. So it will be a 3-lap shootout to the finish if we remain green all 3 laps.
And just remember,
We'll
Jeremy, you even said it. You said it a couple of weeks ago, man. You said, man, how crazy is this? Back in July, you know, he goes to Martinsville. He wins the tricky short track paperclip at Martinsville. And the following week, he wins at Talladega Super Speedway. And you're like, look at both ends of the spectrum, the pendulum here. He goes from a short track and wins to a back-to-back win in the at the biggest track of racing at Talladega. And now he is literally trying to, you know, sweep Talladega's schedule for the Northwest Racing Series, and we'll see what happens. By the way, don't forget, next week we are going to be back in action, and of course that will be at Kentucky next week.
Good old Kentucky.
Good old Kentucky.
That's what I call it.
It is part of the Community Radio Network Super Speedway Challenge. You're right, Charles. And don't forget, we're going the Worldwide Technology Raceway at Gateway for the trucks Monday night. So next Monday night, playoffs begin for the round of 16 for season 12. That again will be Monday night, August 11th, the Worldwide Technology Raceway. And then we're going to Kentucky again for ARCA Northwest. And we're ready to settle it here tonight at Talladega. Remember, we are still in the regular scheduled distance. It will be 3 laps to go, Jeremy, as they're working their way. If they can just get to the white flag, if they could just get Jeremy to the CRN1 to go before we crash. 1 main, 1 United Rentals restart zone. They're in that box. United Rentals, green flag in the air. 4 to go, 3 to go. Tyler King, Devin West, it's a dead heat as they work into turn 1.
3-car little breakaway here for the white and red cars. Off into turn 2, going down to the back straightaway in just a second. But look at that little 3-car length separation that quickly gets closed in with the closure rate of these cars. They're going to have to check up, fall in line. It's going to cause a little domino effect in the back of this little pack. Looks like they figure it out, though. We're already 3 wide. Oh, here comes Chris Kynes. Not wasting any time. He's going to try to bring Childress with him. And at the moment, I think Chris has a decent shot, but I don't think it's going to sustain those. He tries it.
We're getting 3 wide. For the first time tonight, Jeremy, we're getting 3 wide, and it is getting antsy here. They come to the line. 2 laps to go. Dead heat again between West and King. It's a photo finish. Put Kynes on the outside lane. He'll go 3 wide. Is there 3 wide for the lead? Working into 1 and 2 with 2 to go.
39 of Josh Childress worked with them, not involved in this main battle, but they're helping the 57 get to the race lead in the turn. Oh, wrecking the back.
No, crash.
This should bring out a caution. Brett Johnson in the 7 will not victorious, but we stay green flag. That was the back half of the field. iRacing said, oh, there it is.
Wow.
There it is. Caution
they are throwing
now.
the caution. Brett Johnson has wrecked in turn number 3. And now they are throwing out the yellow flag. We were trying so hard to get our way back to the start-finish line to get to the CRN1 to go. There it is. Ron Hunter, the other car involved. That's Ron Hunter in the Hunter Performance number 30 and the number 7 of Brett Johnson. He was right there amongst the pack for the win there, Jeremy, before he crashed. Look at this again.
Got one striking the 7, very late to going. And, oh, man,
Just
that's
a bad
what we
one
call...
draft. He just, yeah.
Now,
Go ahead.
That's what we call tunnel vision. It was when you are so focused on the bumper in front of you that when they shift lanes, you don't recognize it. So you just follow the guy, and you just cross over the guy who's on that outside lane, not knowing that you're not cleared. because the tunnel vision is just so strong. So that's exactly what we call that.
Tunnel vision.
Beautiful.
Oh, foreigner.
Look at that. Karaoke night.
Actually, the song is called Double. The song is called Double Vision, but I changed it to Tunnel Vision. There you go, Jeremy.
Look at you, the original artist, you. Remix.
That's right. Reboot.
That's a shame.
Well, we have sealed our fate at least. We're going to have an overtime here, Jeremy. It's going to happen. We're going to overtime here at Talladega. So, oh boy. Chris Kynes is going to be the guy that's up in front as we are going under the yellow flag. I think we're going to take a break to prepare for overtime. When we come back, we will have you the finish of the race. Stay with us. We're back in a moment.
Hi, welcome to Day Motorsports. Come on, check out what we got.
Thank you for keeping Day Motorsports in business for over 50 years.
You've probably seen us all over the racing world and doing a lot of racing designs for events and race teams, but we also do a lot of stuff from small boutiques in small cities all the way up to Fortune 500 companies. Your brand deserves to be seen. We print on more than just shirts, hats, jackets, bags, and much, much more. Custom corporate branding starts here.
Hey, it's Wesley Outland, the voice of the Northwest Racing iRacing series on LSRTV and proudly again on the Community Radio Network. As always, we're excited for another season of the best iRacing Pacific drivers of the Northwest putting on a show that you all enjoy every Monday night. Join us also on LSRTV or listen on the Community Radio Network at wearecrn.com. The power of radio to the imagination of the listener, iRacing style, CRN, LSRTV for the Northwest Racing Series.
Well, here we are, folks. We have arrived at the legendary Boot Hill Speedway. $30,000 hangs in the balance this weekend.
The most I've ever raced for is $1,000, and this is $29,000 more than that.
Typically, one of these races pays $750 to $1,000 a win weekly. This race pays $1,000 just to start the event.
I don't even know how to put it in words, really. We've never raced for this much money.
It's the biggest factory stock race of the year.
We were leading the points back at home, and we walked away from that just to come out here and race for stuff like this.
They'd have the saying, if you want to race, the hill's the place, and there's a reason for that.
They can get all the way up on the fence or right around all the tires.
The competition it's insane. There's some really, really fast people there.
I looked it over last night. I think there's 16 different reigning track champions.
You're not gonna find anything better than what you're gonna find in the 8 feature here.
So you can kind of drive in really hard and just kind of roll up against the concrete wall and just kind of get a good run off.
This is my dream, to go off racing, go on tours. So just being here and trying to get my name out there means a lot.
I just love racing. I mean, if you love it, go chase your dream and just don't give up, because anything can happen.
Hey, welcome back to Talladega. We're getting ready to go to overtime. All right, well, Jeremy, now the question is, will we go the entire distance for overtime attempts, or will we only get one? We're just looking to try to get that white flag, the CRN1 to go. If we can get them across the line, then we'll be able to determine the winner. Look at this now, by the way. Chris Kynes and Sean Brightsman now up on the front row, along with Tyler King, Devin West, and Paul Newton, the new top 5, as we're ready to settle it here at Talladega.
I think we're done with the cautions. This is it. 2 laps to go. We're going to see him race to the end. There might be a wreck crossing the line.
Brother. This is it, brother.
R.I.P., brother. What you going to do in 2 laps? Field runs all over
Talladega runs wild on you. Let's see what happens. Green flag, United Rentals restart zone, and they are on the gas. Green flag back out. Kynes trying to get the restart of his life, Jeremy, to pull away from everybody. He is trying to block 2 lanes at one time. Brightsman on the outside. He's looking for the lead as they work up the bank and into 1 and 2.
He's going to clear him. Look at the draft health. Chris Kynes, I am sorry, but ejecto-cito, cuz you go from 1st to 5th just like that. As the 3rd lane starting to look a little bit. Top 3, though, spacing out from the pack momentarily. Use the next person to shift the lane is in the 21. He looked for a second. He's trying. He's got a Ford partner behind him. Can they get together?
Staying in formation. 3 wide almost behind him per second. Here they come, working through the tri-oval. Sean Brightsman leads the pack at the Dairy Queen Blizzard entry. White flag in the air. That's it. The CRN1 to go. We got the Dirt Car Modified Mafia, West Virginia. This weekend football coming up as well as soccer and volleyball next Monday. All at wearecrn.com. Green flag is now 1 attempt at overtime. Wrecking down the back straightaway. Devin West into Daddy Dan. Here they come with Sean Brightsman holding on to the lead, and they're slamming into the wall. Paul Newton still crashing as they work into turn number 3. Jeremy, right now, Sean Brightsman working into 3 and 4, trying to hold them on as they work into turn 4 for the final time.
Final time, here we go. More bad
Brightsman turn!
And Chris Kynes, no pressure from behind, is going to sneak this one in for his first win of the ARCA series. Wow, 2
Chris
bad
Kynes
bumps.
is going to win this race. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. And how about Josh Childress, who was badly damaged after an incident with Dan Lowther? He has worked his way also, Jeremy, into a runner-up finish in this race after being crashed earlier. By the way, it was Toby. No, and by the way, if you love first-time winners, Chris Kynes, welcome to the fraternity of winning in the Northwest Racing Series family. His first ever career win in the Northwest, Jeremy Stanley. It is now be his 13th top 10, his 2nd top 5. And by the way, he'll remember this one. Tonight was career start number 80 for Chris Kynes as well.
80 starts to get his first win. 2nd top 10, 1st top 5 of this season in ARCA specifically. And a lot of luck on this last lap to help this 57 get there, but here we go. He got ejected, remember, from the lead on the opening lap with 2 to go.
What'd you say, ejecto-cito, cuz? Is that what you said?
Fast and the Furious 2 reference.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Here we go.
Mr. O'Connor, it works. Blow and go, blow and go. And by the way, Charles, I hate to correct you, but yes, Dan Lowther and the 39 and Childress, remember, they got together on the back straightaway, and Childress's car got badly damaged. So, where did he finish then? He was right there. Oh, he was just amongst the leaders. My bad. My apologies, everybody. Toby Ritters will finish 2nd. Yeah, okay, my apologies. All right, you got me. Josh Childress was a couple of laps down. He was right there pushing, if you will, Chris Kynes, his teammate. He was pushing his teammate to the win. Chris Kynes is the winner. Toby Ritters is 2nd. But as we do the Northwest high-five salute, Josh Childress, though, did get his car fixed. That's why I thought maybe he was right there fighting with him, but he was 3 laps down. But, Jeremy, how cool is that, though, man? They're teammates right there, Josh Childress and Chris Kynes, and you see them celebrate. You see them slamming, bamming. Thank you, mammon, front nose and kissing one another. And and obviously the celebration is on for, well, he was celebrating.
He got destroyed early, man. That car is toast. Did not last long. Small burnout, and then got destroyed.
It didn't. Yeah, you're exactly right, man. Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here's a look at the results. Chris Kynes will pick up the win here tonight at the Talladega Superspeedway. Toby Ritters, Clifford will finish second. Dan West Jr. will finish third. They're 1, 2, and 3. Dana Rogers, Devin West right now, your top 5. Then it's going to be Tyler King, Stephen Paulison, Russ Lundberg, Brett Johnson, Paul Newton, Jeremy, your top 10 here tonight at Talladega, sir.
And 11th on back, Sean Brightsman. Kyler Hope in 12th, Josh Childers in 13th, Ron Hunter 14th, John Ottenbacher P15, Jeff Stabnow 16th, Troy Daggett in 17th, 18th is Ray Partridge, 19th, Paul Hoffman at 21st, it'd be Dan Lowther, 22nd, Todd Miles, 23rd, Roy Grande, 24th, Brian Barnes, 25th, James Vining, 26th, Stephen Bartlett, and points leader coming into the thing, Ryan Bay, last place with a very nice 69 laps down. That's going to drop him quite a few points over the 5 of Devin West.
And one more time, a look at the Virginia811.com race summary. There it is. 5 cautions, 1 attempt at overtime. A very exciting race for the ARCA Northwest Racing Series here tonight at the virtual Talladega Superspeedway. When it's all said and done, 27 lead changes at the end. Virginia811.com reminding you, dig with care. Next week, they are going to, obviously, Kentucky. Remember, Worldwide Technology Raceway for the ARCA Northwest Trucks Playoffs. Round 1, round of 16, Monday night, next Thursday night. Again, Kentucky Speedway, all coming up for the Northwest Racing Series. Hey, if you'd like to sign up, like Brandon Broadfoot or anybody else, check them out on Facebook at Northwest Racing Series. Join the group, and, of course, they're on Discord. Jeremy, I need a favor. Normally, I let myself handle post-race, but, bud, I'm pinging Discord bad. Like, I'm going to, like, in the 700, 500 MS on Discord, so I'm pinging horrible. Can you join Charles and handle post-race interviews, my friend? I'm going to let you do the interviews if you can, and I'll see you next Monday night.
I got you, man. No worries. I will be there and the Discord to talk to Chris, Toby, and Dan. So
there you go.
Sir, you have a good rest of your night. Yeah.
Thank you, my friend. By the way, remember, Community Radio Network, thanks for listening to iRacing. The tomorrow night, Saturday, Dirt Car Modified Mafia, Princeton, West Virginia, and with Raceway in Rural Retreat, Virginia. We got you covered, and we're not going off the air. We're going to be picking up the audio with Jeremy talking to the drivers. You always remember your first. Chris Kynes, a winner of the Northwest Racing Series ARCA at Talladega. We are going to come back on the other side and grab the trio, and I'll see you Monday night for the ARCA Northwest Trucks at Kentucky next week. And next Monday night, it is the round of 16 playoffs for the Northwest Truck Series. They will be, of course, at the Worldwide Technology Raceway. Until then, with Jeremy Stanley, Charles Booten, I'm Wesley Outland. They're going to carry you the rest of the way. Be good to one another. God bless, and thank you for checking us out. Congrats, Chris Kynes, on the victory.
All right, welcome back here to the LSR post-race show. We're going to talk to our top 3 here this evening after the race 15 at Talladega Superspeedway. We're going to talk to third place finisher, change up a bit, Dan West Jr. What's going on, man? Great race overall there in the 55.
Yeah, I feel like we fortunately had some luck there on the last lap there, if you will. Kind of was just trying to keep our nose clean most of the race, stay out of trouble. Tried to help my teammate push to the lead there, but then turned him. That would be Jeff Stabnow, unfortunately. Pretty much ruined his night, but it was just tough to really push and try to go forward without turning the guy.
Yeah, you could definitely lock bumpers here, but you had a very squared impact with the 24 there in the bumper. It was a very light push, very centered, and then just, the hitbox will do a hitbox thing and just randomly collect the victim. That time happened to be Jeff Stabnow. Outside of that, though, how was managing the temperatures in these cars? We saw Ryan Bay blow up early, which I didn't think he was pushing the issue, but apparently he was. So how was the temps tonight?
I felt like it was pretty good, but like you say, Ryan was pushing me, so I was out front and didn't really have a lot of issue. Got back there in traffic a little bit, but being in traffic, as you probably know, it's you're not really pushing, so never had the chance to really test that temp out. I never had a problem. Feel bad for Ryan, he's pushing me to help me, and then he blows up. So, but like I say, I was watching that temp and never really seemed to have an issue. So I was kind of surprised that he did blow up myself.
Yeah, 10-4 on that, man. Well, congratulations on the P3. Awesome job there overall. You're up front for a good chunk of the race. And any shout-outs you want to give out before we let you go?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys up there in the booth. You guys are awesome. Love to go back and watch that. LSRTV, Cody, all you guys up there. Like to thank my teammates and congratulations to Chris Kynes. That's awesome to get that first win. As soon as you get that first win, the second one usually comes easier. So congrats on that, and congrats to Toby Ritters for the second place finish. And it was a fun night.
Yeah, absolutely, sure was, man. Well, appreciate your time, and we'll catch you next week.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah, man. And now we got second place finisher, Mr. Toby Ritters, car number 3. Toby, congrats on P2.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Yes, sir. We didn't talk about your name as much as some others, but you still were up there a decent amount of the time, up there in the front, having at it. A very clean race on your end of things. How'd you end up getting second place after all that last lap news?
I always strategize these races. I know that if I try to push hard at the beginning, I always get taken out for some reason, and I always get caught up in a wreck. So I figured I'd sandbag at the first 3 quarters of the race, and I figured that I'd just try to go to the front and do whatever I could. I went up and through halfway mid of the race, and I pushed Jeff up there to the front, and I pushed Devin to the front, and I was testing to see how much I could push before I'd heat up. I'd get about a lap and a half in, 2 laps in of pushing real hard, and then the temps would hit about 280, close to 280, so I had to back off.
The old Dale Jarrett approach, coming in very late in the race to finally show your face, and it worked flawlessly in your perspective. How was the handling? I just talked to Dan about the temperatures. How was the handling? I saw a lot of cars, especially off turn 2, for whatever reason. There was a lot of lane shifting amongst the high side mainly, but sometimes on the inside too.
Yeah, handling's great. I mean, if you just put an egg under the throttle and just barely push that bumper on the front of the car in front of you, you're not going to get them squirrely. But if you get bumped a little too hard, it'll get that car squirrely, and it'll take that car right out from under you if you're not careful. Especially through that trial, I was testing it through practice. But yeah, other than that, the handling was fine as long as you weren't pushing too hard.
That's fair enough, man. Well, appreciate your time as well. P2 tonight, excellent job once again. Anything before we let you go?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Cody, Jeremy, Wesley Outland for the awesome broadcast tonight. I'd like to thank Jeff Stadmel and Sean Breisman and all the guys that run this league. It's the best league I've ever ran in. I'd like to thank the good Lord above, Ace High Racing, my streaming channel, and yeah, you guys are amazing. I appreciate it. And I'd like to congratulate Chris Kynes and Dan West Jr. for their finish.
There you go, man. Appreciate those words. Have a good rest tonight, and we'll catch you on Monday.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man. And then now, turning our focus to the first time winner, or the newest winner rather, of the Northwest Series, Mr. Chris Kynes in the 57. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. That restart, the final one, 2 laps to go. You chose the inside. Everybody collectively on the outside blows past you. You go from first to sixth. And I'm like, well, there goes that. And then it found its way to bring it back to you. So that was a little up and down moment, right?
It was definitely a gut-wrenching moment, knowing that I had the cards stacked literally against me on that restart, knowing that I didn't have anybody within striking distance that was going to be able to hook up with me and work with me, because that was the hard thing all night, was having somebody that was willing to work with me. There were several times I tried, moving out to the high side and making that third lane come together, and every time I did, nobody would seem to go with me, and I'd end up falling back, and I'd regroup, charge back up again, and try it again, and it just couldn't get it to work, man. But finally we kind of connected up with Josh there. He was a lap down, but he was kind of my makeshift teammate at that point, and man, he was pushing like there was no tomorrow, man, and it was awesome. It was a great deal.
How hard did you all have to work on that third lane? When we started this race, it seemed like the second lane even was taking a while just to get going. And it finally did about 20, 30 laps in. And the three wide never really kicked in till like maybe 30 laps to go or such. And you're like one of the main guys who are trying to promote that. With you and just the 39 doing it, getting you to the front with just a handful of laps to go, how much work did you and Josh have to do to actually get you up front?
Man, well, I mean, we were communicating, within our channel here, and we just kind of were watching how things were folding out, and we were seeing that nobody was going to that high side, and we were like, well, let's give it a shot. And man, there was just so much speed on that high line, and we were able to carry it through the corner, out on exit, and it just pulled away on the backstretch. And I was just trying to make sure I had enough space between us and the inside line to drop down, but we didn't want to run the inside line. We just felt like the speed wasn't there, and middle lane or high lane is where we wanted to be.
And that's exactly how that played out for you late in the going. You're able to take advantage of it and make it work, man. Congratulations on the win. Excellent job.
Thank you.
Anyone you would like to shout out?
Man, I'm going to number one, I got to thank Josh Childers, man. That guy, without him, I don't think I could have made this happen. I hated to see how things finished with everybody kind of wrecking out there. I think we still would have been able to take it, given if that last wreck in the tri-oval didn't take place. But again, I got to thank Josh. I need to thank the rest of my team, Team Ramrod. Those guys there have been kind of holding me, under their wing and kind of showing me the ropes and giving me a lot of tips and advice along the way. Got to thank you guys in the booth. You guys do a great job. Again, just got to say thanks for everybody for making this happen, because this is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. We'll soak it in. Congrats. We'll catch you next week as well.
Thank you.
Yep, you're very welcome. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all for joining in here for the post-race show and for the entire event. It's been Wesley, myself, and Charles behind the buttons doing everything tonight, and catch us live on Monday. Same time roughly at 11 Eastern, 10 Central. And you guys have a good rest of your night. Stay safe, and we'll see you then.